I met Anaya when I was 25. I wasn't rich, but I was ambitious. I had a stable job, a modest apartment, and dreams bigger than my paycheck. She was beautiful, confident, and had a magnetic charm that drew everyone toward her. We dated for 2 years before getting married, and for a while, life felt perfect. But perfection, as I learned, was an illusion. It began when Anaya joined a luxury real estate firm. Her boss, Kabir, was a wealthy, arrogant man in his early 40s who lived in a lavish mansion in one of the city's richest neighborhoods. At first, I thought nothing of it. She was passionate about her job, and Kabir seemed like any other, ambitious CEO. But then the late-night client dinners started. The weekend business retreats. The brand-new designer bags and jewelry, she said, were gifts from clients. My gut told me something was wrong, but whenever I asked, Anaya dismissed me. "You're insecure," she'd say. "Kabir's just my boss. I'm building a career, not having an affair." I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to believe her. But everything changed one Saturday night. I had a business trip canceled last minute and came home earlier than expected. The house was empty, though she told me she'd be working late at the office. Her car was gone. Her laptop was gone. But what caught my eye was a receipt on the dining table, a hotel reservation booked under Kabir's name for 2. I didn't confront her immediately. Instead, I decided to play the long game. I contacted a private investigator and told him to gather every shred of evidence about Anaya and Kabir. Within 2 weeks, I had everything. High-resolution photos of them entering 5-star hotels, receipts for expensive dinners, videos of them together in his mansion, and even a copy of an email where Anaya referred to Kabir as my escape plan. That one email broke me. She wasn't just cheating, she was planning to leave me for him. I waited another week before confronting her. That Friday, she came home late again, smelling like expensive perfume and champagne. I sat in the living room with the evidence folder on the coffee table. She tried to kiss me, but I stopped her. "Anaya," I said coldly, "how was Kabir's mansion?" Her face froze. That was the first time I'd ever seen her truly afraid. "What are you talking about?" she whispered, but I slid the photos toward her. Every lie, every betrayal, every night she spent with him, all captured. She broke down, begged for forgiveness, claimed it meant nothing, and swore she loved me. But I was done. I didn't yell. I didn't throw things. I didn't even cry. I simply handed her an envelope. Inside were divorce papers and a letter from my lawyer. "You made your choice," I said. "You wanted his mansion. Go live in it." The next few weeks were chaos. Anaya tried everything: emotional manipulation, guilt tripping, even involving her parents. But I had the upper hand. My lawyer was ruthless, and thanks to the evidence I'd collected, I secured a divorce settlement, where she walked away with nothing: no house, no savings, no alimony. I was entitled to nearly everything because I proved she'd committed marital fraud, but karma wasn't finished with her. A few months after the divorce, Kabir dumped her. His promise to leave his wife for her was nothing but a lie. The moment he realized she came without assets or influence, he dropped her like a bad investment. To make matters worse, word of their affair spread through the company. Kabir's wife sued him for infidelity, and Anaya lost her job when the board discovered the scandal. Within 6 months, the woman who once laughed at my modest apartment was living in a cheap rented room, jobless, penniless, and abandoned by the man she'd sacrificed her marriage for. Meanwhile, I rebuilt my life. I focused on my career, worked harder than ever, and eventually started my own real estate consultancy. Ironically, I surpassed Kabir's firm in sales within 2 years. I bought my own mansion, not to flaunt it, but as a reminder of how far I'd come without her. Last December, I ran into Anaya at a cafe. She looked older, worn out, a shadow of the woman I used to know. She tried to smile and asked if we could talk. I just looked at her and said, "Anaya, you chose Kabir's mansion over us. I hope it was worth it." Then I walked away. She didn't follow me. She couldn't. Her pride had already been shattered, and so had her illusion of a better life. Now, every time I look at my mansion, every time I walk through its halls, I remember one thing. Sometimes revenge isn't loud or violent. Sometimes the sweetest revenge is success. Watching the person who betrayed you drown in the very choices they thought would set them free. Anaya lost everything because of greed, betrayal, and ego. And I gained everything she thought I could never have.